Yo, what's up, Aquarius? Welcome to Monthly Forecast for the month of July 2017. Aquarius, I'm posting daily astrology on my Facebook page, so check it out. Head there every day. See what's up with your sign. You can locate my page by typing Gregory Furlan in the Facebook search bar. And I'm going to be making this announcement every month because I'm getting a lot of new subscribers, so thank you to all my new subscribers who are coming in. I really appreciate your subscription, and for all my existing subscribers, thank you. I appreciate your loyalty, and this is a great way to see what's up with your sign on a day-to-day basis, so make sure to give me a like when you're there. Now we're going to jump into your forecast for the month of July 2017, Aquarius. The sun is going to be in the sign of Cancer throughout the month of July 2017, and Cancer is your sixth house. It has to do with your work. It has to do with your daily life. It has to do with your health. So get ready to put your work hat on. You're going to be a lot busier throughout the month of July 2017 when it comes to what you're doing in your work life. Also, this area has to do with your health. So a lot of Aquariuses are going to be stepping up their fitness game throughout the month of July 2017. And if you have any sort of ailment or any sort of health issue that's bothering you, this is the time to take care of it. On July 22nd, the sun's going to move into the sign of Leo. Leo is your seventh house. It has to do with all the one-on-one relationships in your life. So if you're coupled up, you're going to be interacting with your significant other a lot more following July 22nd. And if you're single, this influence is going to help you enter into a one-on-one relationship if that's what you want, Aquarius. But those are the main themes for you for the month of July 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on July 1st, Chiron's going retrograde in Pisces, and Chiron's the asteroid in our solar system that has to do with sensitivity, has to do with vulnerability. And when it goes retrograde, it looks like it's going backwards. It's not really going backwards, but it looks like it is. Well, what does that mean astrologically? Well, R for retrograde, R for release, and it's in your area of money. So this has to do a lot with the way you make your money, and this has to do with releasing old habits in the way you operate. So however you operate in the way you make your money, Aquarius, this is releasing old outdated habits. So by the time the retrograde is over, those old habits can be replaced with new, more effective work habits and processes that are going to help you generate income in your life. So this is a process that happens. It starts on July 1st and it goes all the way until December 5th. So this is quite a process. So, with Chiron being there, it's like, yeah, maybe you feel a little bit off your game a little bit or a little bit off the mark sometimes here or there, because Chiron has to do with that, has to do with you're sort of feeling a little bit sensitive about it. But with Chiron, it's more about you're just blowing it out of proportion, so potentially it's really not as big as a deal as you think it is. Also, Neptune's going to be in the same area, retrograding until the fall, so you have a double dose of releasing those outdated habits that you have regarding money and regarding the way you make your money, so that way new processes and habits can come in once the retrogrades are over. On July 2nd, Mars is in Cancer. That's your sixth house of work, daily life, and health. With Mars in Cancer, Cancer is your sixth house of work. You're going to be pretty busy in the workplace, it sounds like, Aquarius. So Mars supercharges everywhere it goes, and on July 2nd, it's making an opposition to Pluto, which is retrograding in Capricorn. And Capricorn's your 12th house, has to do with rest. So right around July 2nd, it's like some of you Aquariuses are just exhausted. You've just been working and working and working, and who knows, maybe your company's got you working like a dog or whatever. But anyway, it is what it is. So just deal with it and just get through with it. And you may feel like you need some rest on July 2nd. So try to get some rest if you can. Potentially work's going to be getting a little bit on top of you. You might not have time to get some fitness in on July 2nd. On July 5th, the sun's in Cancer. It's making a positive angle to Neptune, which is retrograding in Pisces. Cancer, your area of work. Pisces, your area of money. So here we go. Here's a great day. July 5th is a great day for your work and for your money. So it's very opposite to what we were just talking about, what was happening on July 2nd, where you felt overly worked. Now you feel like on July 5th, you feel like things are moving smoothly. So, you get a little bit of a break there. You get to catch your breath a little bit. So whatever's happening on July 5th in the workplace between your work and your money is going really well. On July 9th, there's a full moon in Capricorn. It happens exactly at 12:07 a.m. on July 9th. Capricorn is your 12th house. It has to do with letting go. It has to do with getting rest. It has to do with secrets. So what developments are going to be happening in your life regarding the things that I just mentioned, Aquarius? So July 9th, the full moon hits at 12:07 a.m. in 12:07 a.m. Eastern time. In Capricorn, your 12th house of ending. So potentially some of you, Aquarius, may have something that's, a chapter is closing potentially for some of you, Aquariuses. So Aquarius, what in your life are you letting go of? What in your life is something's coming to a completion, something's coming to a finalization potentially for some of you, not all of you. Maybe for others of you, this just highlights the overwhelming, you just have like some sort of overwhelming need for rest potentially. So if it doesn't have to do with an ending, or if it doesn't have to do with a chapter closing or letting go of some sort, then potentially you're just exhausted, and this is just really highlights your need for rest, that you're really going to need some rest following July 9th. Some of you potentially. Now for others of you, this area also has to do with esoteric subjects like astrology, numerology, tarot. Who in your life, maybe somebody has inspired you in some way regarding the things that I just mentioned. So potentially following July 9th, some of you are really going to start looking into esoteric subjects, really getting into astrology, watching your monthly forecast, maybe getting into tarot a little bit, trying to understand that, numerology. So look out for that following July 9th. Also on July 9th, the sun is in Cancer. It's making an opposition to Pluto, which is retrograding in Capricorn. So once again, Cancer, your area of work. Capricorn, your area of rest. So here we go again. The work-life balance thing is out of kilter once again on July 9th. It hits the sun in Cancer on this end of the sky, Pluto on this end of the sky. They're opposing each other. I mean, you're just exhausted, Aquarius. There's too much happening at work, so you need a break. So you're really gonna need some rest right around July 9th. You're gonna notice how exhausted you are. Try to do as best as you can. Once again, will you have time to get some fitness in? Who knows? It's probably going to be a pretty busy day. On July 14th, Mercury's in Leo. Leo is your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. It's angling to Neptune, which is retrograding in Pisces. Pisces is your 2nd house of your money. So potentially some of you this angle has to do with changing direction, or it has to do with adjustments. So half of you are going to be changing direction when it comes to relationships and money. Half of you are going to be making adjustments. So if you're on the changing direction and, this is Mercury, communication in your area of relationships. So potentially on July 14th, you're talking about, I'm with somebody now, but maybe I'm not really happy. There's somebody else that maybe I like. Potentially going to change direction regarding who you want to be in a relationship with. Now, that's obviously not going to resonate that way for all Aquariuses. Like I said, this may have to do with making adjustments. So potentially some of you are making adjustments in the way you want to, depending on who you want to be in a relationship with. So potentially, if you're in a relationship and you're happy, but you feel like some things in that relationship need to be tweaked or changed a little bit, or just making some adjustments to just better the relationship. You're going to maybe be talking to your significant other about that on July 14th. There may also be conversations about money potentially. If you're single, maybe you were attracted to one person for a relationship. Now all of a sudden you're changing direction regarding who you want to pursue for a relationship. On July 18th, Venus, the planet of love, is in Gemini. It's making a positive angle to Jupiter, which is in Libra. Venus in Gemini, your area of true love and romance. Jupiter in Libra, your 9th house has to do with faraway places. So I'm not saying all of you Aquariuses have a love connection in a faraway place, but some of you may. If not, some of you are attracted to somebody who's local but from a foreign culture. Others of you have an attraction for somebody who's a spiritual figure in your life. So who do you know in your life, Aquarius, that's a spiritual figure? And if you're coupled up, potentially some of you, not all of you that are coupled up, will be jet setting to a distant location for a romantic getaway with your romantic interest, whoever's in your life for love. But potentially some of you are going to be going far away places for romance. And on July 23rd, there's a new moon in Leo. Leo is your 7th house, has to do with relationship. If you're single in the 6 months that follow July 23rd, the new moon that hits in Leo, your 7th house of relationship, the 6 months that follow July 23rd, maybe somebody's going to come into your life for a relationship, Aquarius. So single Aquariuses, I think that's some pretty good news. You could have somebody headed your way for a relationship potentially. And for you Aquarius that are coupled up, in the 6 months that follow July 23rd, potentially taking your relationship to the next level. So, Aquarius, if you are not engaged, potentially you're going to be getting engaged in the 6 months that follow July 23rd. If you're already engaged, maybe you're going to get married in the 6 months that follow July 23rd. If you're already married, potentially there's just going to be new stuff coming down the pike for your marriage in the 6 months that follow July 23rd. And then on the flip side, for those Aquarius who are in relationships that they're not really that happy, potentially somebody else is going to be coming down the pike who you're going to be interested in the 6 months that follow July 23rd. On July 26th, Venus, the planet of love, is in Gemini. That's your 5th house of romance, making a positive angle to the North Node, which is in Leo. That's your 7th house of relationships. So on July 26th, you're really going to have the North Node's all about where you're headed. And some of you are really going to start to understand, get some great foresight about where you're headed in your love life, where you're headed when it comes to who you want to be with relationships. So obviously, if you're genuinely happily coupled up and truly happily coupled up, then, obviously the person that's next to you, that's the person you're going to want to be with, and that's the person that you can see yourself being with in the future for romance and relationship. On the flip side, if you're not happy for who you're with, potentially there's somebody else around, potentially you're interested in, you could see yourself being with them in the future. In singles, this is definitely a great aspect to understand, maybe who you want and what you want when it comes to romance and who you want to be in a relationship. On July 26th, you're going to get a lot of foresight about that, but I think that's all I have for you this month, Aquarius. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Facebook posting daily astrology, so make sure to check me out there. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.